Welcome back, everybody. So I went to the Schaumburg Card Show today, and I picked up a few things, but I also had a few observations that I wanted to share. One of the first things I noticed is it wasn't as busy. We have a big card show coming up here in Chicago next weekend, the Chicago Sports Spectacular. It's a 3-day show. So I'm assuming that maybe there wasn't as many people that decided to get tables there or decided to shop there as a result of the upcoming show. That was one observation I kind of noticed. Secondly, there really wasn't really any vintage dealers to be found at this show. There was some vintage at the show, but it was like a modern dealer who had a couple vintage cards. Of note, though, there was a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle there, and also two 1953 Topps Mickey Mantles. So those were really kind of cool to see up close and in person. Clearly outside of my price range and not something I'd be buying at the show today. Maybe in the future, and if it is, it'll definitely be a big show. But what the big observation I thought kind of was there was a lot of people. This is the first time I actually heard this from some of the dealers or people that set up tables there. They wanted out of the hobby. Some of the prices I got on the cards today were really priced to move. And I made that comment like, this is really priced to move. He's like, yeah, I need to get rid of everything because I want to get out of the hobby. I want to get out of this business. And that's something I hadn't heard yet, even though I've heard about it on some other YouTube channels. I think it's really reflective of probably a lot of people who got in and during the boom that we had during the pandemic and were purchasing a lot of stuff and trying to flip it as fast as they could and saw that market start to dry up as grading changed, inflation started to begin. So it's really beginning to start to become a buyer's market if you're in the market right now to buy. It was mostly, again, ultra modern stuff. There was a lot of cool stuff there. If you're really into ultra modern stuff, a lot of inserts and autographs from some of the recent Topps products and parallels. So if that's your thing, this is the kind of show to go to. What I was able to kind of pick up was I kind of went around the floor 2 or 3 times trying to see if there's some things that I wanted. I did see a few vintage cards I was kind of looking at, but I was like, well, I'm not really in the market for that yet. So I don't really have a good price point of what I want to ask for that particular item. So I steer clear of it. And as I continue to walk around, one of the first dealers I ran into had this priced just for $10. Now, granted, if I was looking to get a graded 1972 Topps Willie Mays, I probably would want a much higher grade. But at $10, I mean, the price of grading, I think, has just come down at PSA down to like 30, I think, if I'm not mistaken, from what I heard earlier this week. So this is still less than the price of grading. I even looked up some of the comps online, and it's about a third of the price of things that have been recently selling. So I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot of those types of deals coming up soon if you go to shows, because people are happy to get cash in hand and are willing to take it right on the spot. So again, not really a card I was looking for, not really the grade I probably would want to go after. But given that it was a $10 already graded Willie Mays card, I'd be kind of silly to not pick that up. So I picked up to say, hey kid, that's now my second graded Willie Mays. Two other things I picked up were actually some autographs, some White Sox autographs. There was a guy that had a nice case display of both Cubs and White Sox autographs and other teams from Chicago like the Bulls and the Bears and the Blackhawks. I was looking at some of the White Sox ones and actually picked up a few players I didn't have autographs from. Both these players are retired and actually are in the Hall of Fame. We'll start first with Luis Apparatio. I do not have his autograph card at this point. This is from Upper Deck Premier from, I believe, 2007. Pretty nice looking card. I'll put that there. It's a sticker auto. And the other one I had been kind of looking for, and I noticed the prices were a little more than I probably was comfortable buying initially. This one was numbered out of 50, and it's Jim Thome's autograph. For those of you who are White Sox fans, the middle part of last decade, there was nobody more exciting at the plate than Jim Thome. After Frank Thomas left, he was kind of our DH replacement. And with he and Konerko and Jermaine Dye, they had quite a little power force for a long time, despite only making the playoffs just once. But I think this is a pretty cool autograph again. It's from Upper Deck Premier. just like Luis Apparatio, and I'm glad and happy to add it to my collection. All right, guys, have a great week. Hope to see many of you at the Sports Card Show next weekend. And again, enjoy the rest of your weekend.